I've like lost count of how many videos I've done on this now. Is it 4? Yeah, 4, I think. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do yet another video on the Colleen Ballinger and Adam Mcintyre situation because it's just getting messier and messier and messier. In my last video about this topic, I talked about Kodee Taylor's video where she went in quite hard on Adam because she has now openly admitted that she was very biased, and she's since released another video which it doesn't come for Colleen, it doesn't attack her, but it's got some really good points, and I thought I'd go over that as well as some other things that I've seen on Twitter. By this Twitter account, they are exposing so much of Colleen's dirty laundry and I'm living for it, honestly. Like, it's a tweet every 15 minutes and I'm just shocked that one person can have so much dodgy content. Let's get into it. Kodee began her video by showing some old videos of Colleen that came up on Twitter. One of them I showed in my last video, which was her basically like laughing about the fact that she killed a dog. And so many people have been saying on Twitter that we should not like use that as an example because she was 3. Like, I completely understand that when you're 3 or 4, when you're really young, you don't really understand the weight of your actions. So her saying that the dog bit her and that she didn't provoke it at all, as a 3-year-old, you wouldn't understand that, and I appreciate that. She wouldn't have understood that at the age of 3 or 4. But at the grand old age of 30, 33, however old she was when this video was made, she should have known that it's so wrong and that she was bang out of order, and she's the reason that the dog was put down. Like, she lied, she hurt that animal. At the end of the day, that animal was defending itself and she lied about it. And now, years later, she's not remorseful at all. She's not upset about the fact her dog was killed. And this behaviour is coming out more and more in her old tweets and her old videos of just shocking things that she's done. So one video that was shared that was very similar to the dog incident was Colleen laughing at a cat's body that had been run over, and it was horrifying to watch. The state of that cat's body, it must have been in so much pain, and Colleen was just taking the mick out of it. I don't know how she can have so little remorse for a living creature and how she can just not care that it clearly suffered, and to laugh about it and mock it and film it and put that on the internet for her young impressionable fans to see just sort of disturbs me a bit. Kodee was rightly so very offended and upset by a lot of the videos that Colleen has filmed in the past that are now coming to light. One of them, she sexualized a child again, and it's this trend with Colleen that she does one thing and it gets aired and then people are like, oh, it's a one-off, you know, it was a mistake. So before I saw this video, I was under the impression that she just made a mistake and that sending lingerie to Adam when he was 13 or however old he was when he got it was a mistake, and it was just poor judgment on Colleen's part because she wanted to impress a fan and keep him happy. And then this video came out.
Give us a house tour. No, I can't. You want a tour of my house? There are leaks all over my house right now. Brand new house, by the way. And every time it rains, it leaks. Just like a teenage girl's vagina. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. It leaks so much like a little girl's creases when she watching me. Like a little girl's creases when she's watching those strange little boys on Musical.ly. I can't believe I just said that.
I'm just disgusted. She has got such a young audience. Like, she is an entertainer for children. That is what her Miranda character was, and I think a lot of the content on her main channel, it's too immature for adults. So I do think that she aims her content at children, and for her to make jokes about a child like that, to make comments about a child like that, it just makes me feel a bit okay, and I don't understand like why she would think that was appropriate. So I briefly mentioned this about Colleen being racist. I didn't include a lot of clips in my last video just because I didn't want to like overwhelm you with information, but so many videos have come out, and there's this one of Colleen and her sister pretending to be Mexican.
She works at the drive-thru at Del Taco. You know how the guys go loco. You can tell that she's new when she's working the drive-thru. She'll press the buttons and make it go muttons. She puts all the beef in the rice.
We're hoping to make like the next theme song for the next the taco commercial.
I need to learn how to.
I can be like her backup singer and I can be her like hairdresser at the
I
same
just
time.
thought of a new lyric.
Okay.
If I learn how to play the guitar, I'll go far. That's like the new lyric I just made up.
But it's like crazy because like I'm used to a lot of people, but it's like without Chihuahuas, it's like where do I even like step? Because like, I feel like I'm always gonna step on him. Because I had an accident last year when I stepped on Chihuahua on little Bella's head, and I like cracked her head, and then like she died.
And this is one that Kodee talks about quite a lot in her video, and I have to say 10 out of 10 stan Kodee for her reaction to this video and what she said directly to Colleen.
It is the racism. They make a bunch of stereotypical jokes about Mexicans, even sing a song about them. They have practiced lines about it. They planned this. They planned to be racist. It's not funny to be racist. You were old enough to know not to do that. You were old enough to know not to sit there and make fun of people just because of where they're from. Just like Shane Dawson was old enough to know not to do blackface. There's no excuse for it. I don't care what time it was. You're old enough to know not to be racist. And the fact that Rachel Ballinger blocked the person who posted that on Twitter, does that mean that you're not sorry? Are you not sorry for being racist? I'm absolutely horrified. And you better address this. Both of you. 1, 2. Both of you better apologize for this. Because if I don't see an apology from both of you for being racist, I will unstand so fast your head will spin. You'll think you're from The Exorcist.
Thank you so much, Kodee, for saying it. And I have to admit, I respect Kodee so much more as a creator now, because she's admitted that she was biased, she's done the hard thing, and she's called out someone that she's been a long time fan of, and she's not afraid to go in hard. When I first watched the video where she basically bashed Adam and tore his original video apart, I didn't really respect her because you could tell that she was so team Colleen and that she was sort of like blindsided into everything Adam said had to be untrue. Like, she's realised her mistake. She's been a lot more level-headed now. I really respect her for that. And that clapback was amazing. Thank you so much, Kodee. Like I already said, Kodee went through a lot of the videos that were shared on this Twitter account. She did not agree with any of it, which appreciate that. One thing, however, I think that was missing from this video that a lot of her fans probably wondered, I certainly wondered it, was the fact that Kodee was lied to by Corey a lot, and she just didn't address it. She didn't mention it once about anything that Colleen or Corey told her eventually turned out to not be true. I think it would have been quite nice to get her take on it, what she thinks about that whole situation, because I can't imagine what she was feeling to know that Corey lied to her about Christopher the fan. So I think that should have been something she mentioned, even just briefly, that she now doesn't agree with Corey, or, you know, she doesn't trust Corey anymore, just something like that, because what he lied about to her, which she publicly put in a video, like, it looks worse on her. It gives people a bad impression of Kodee rather than Corey. I know the camera angle is probably different and the lighting and the way I look is obviously different. Basically, as I was editing this video, Colleen Ballinger actually released her response video, and I didn't really feel like making yet another one responding to her apology. So I'm going to keep the Kodee Taylor video stuff in there, and then the rest of the things that we're going to talk about, which included some shady messages by Corey, etc. like that, I'm not going to include anymore, because I think the situation, there's just too much information at the moment, and I think I need an Adam response before I can make any more videos. But I wanted to give my response to Colleen's apology, basically. Sorry about this as well. I had a fight with printer ink. So I watched Colleen's video this morning, and the first thing that she addressed in her video is the video of her and her sister Rachel, where they are basically being very racist and they're pretending to be Mexican or Latina. I did not know that this video was filmed 14 years ago. I thought at the most it was maybe 10 years old at the very most. Like, I didn't think it was that long ago, but 14 years ago is a long time, and it's my bad for not fact checking how old that video was. I was aware it was not a very modern video, but I didn't think it was as long as 14, because that would have made her like a teenager, which she said in her video. She seemed very sincere about her apology for that, and that she seemed genuinely disgusted and genuinely came across as wanting to educate people, and she didn't want that kind of racist behaviour to continue. I really appreciate that from Colleen. I think she's done it really well. She started the video off strong. She wasn't doing the typical crying on the kitchen floor, like no makeup, hair in a bun, grey jumper thing. The whole video she was so respectful. She made dead eye contact with the camera. She didn't start crying, she didn't start putting the blame on other people, she just explained the situation. and it's one of the few apology videos that I've been able to sit all the way through and not get secondhand embarrassment, not cringe or not feel angry at because it feels like they're lying. I felt like she was really sincere and she was genuinely very sorry for what she's done, and I am very, very glad that she's finally addressed it. I appreciate it's taken a while due to the current situation going on in the world. I'm glad it has now finally been addressed. Throughout Colleen's apology video, she does address, I think, most of the main videos that surfaced on Twitter, and they were most of the videos that were mentioned in Kodee Taylor's video. I'm glad that she's held her hands up and kept herself accountable for the things that she said in her past. She included the video about the overweight woman on the flight next to her and how disgusted she was at what she said. Racism. She explained a bit more about the dog incident where the dog ended up getting put down because it was defending herself against what she did. Just overall, she addressed everything, and I'm happy about that, including the Adam situation, and that's what I'm about to get into. But overall, the old clips that have surfaced about her, she addressed them. She didn't try and put the blame on anyone else. She didn't blame it on being young. She just said that she was ignorant at the time and that she's grown from that, and I do believe her. I think she definitely comes across as more mature in this video, and I do think that she just wants to put her family's welfare first, and that kind of content, I don't think it's her anymore after seeing her, just how sincere she was in this video. Let's just hope this behaviour does stay. Like, this isn't a one time she apologises and then in a few more years she's having to make another apology for something very similar. That would be pushing it a little bit. So she talked about the Adam situation. She talked about how she has given quite a few fans the opportunity to work for her because she loves interacting with her fans, and that it's done through her company. I never thought her hiring Adam was a problem. I know some people did, but I never thought her hiring Adam or even thinking about hiring Adam was a problem. I think it's an amazing opportunity, and it really shows that she cares about her fans because she wants to give them the opportunity to work for her and better themselves in the industry that they're obviously good at. She said that she's hired fans to edit for her. This isn't the first time she's hired a fan, so that for me was never the issue. It was just how it seemed to be handled when it all went south. She said that she gave Adam access to her account and that Adam sent a full inventory of all the things he wanted to tweet, and Colleen held her hands up and said she didn't review the list closely enough, and that's because she has a son, and that she just brushed it off and said yeah, that's fine, and she admitted that was wrong and she's apologised for that. So I'm glad she sees that this is not all on Adam, that she should have been responsible. She even said in her video that it was all on her, none of it was on Adam. She didn't blame Adam. If you've seen the DMs from Adam's video, it's up to you to decide if you feel like she was trying to put the blame on him or not. So I'm glad that she didn't try and blame Adam entirely. She then showed a message from Adam's mum, which I'm not okay with because it basically reads to me like Adam's mum is saying Colleen can't say anything negative against Adam. I'm just a bit confused like what the meaning behind that message was. And similarly to Adam, Colleen said that she also has more receipts and more proof of everything that she said, everything she said in her video. She said she's got proof for, but she doesn't feel comfortable sharing it because Adam is still a minor, and I respect that the same way I respected Adam when he said that he didn't want to release any private details about what Colleen had told him because it wasn't appropriate. But I respect them both for that. They've not thrown each other under the bus and blasted everything out and put receipts up for everyone to read. They've kept things a bit private as they can be. She did address sending the lingerie and say that she probably wasn't thinking straight, but she has a history of sending strange and weird things to her fans, and she did list off several. I'm glad that she admitted it was wrong to send the lingerie and that she didn't try and be like, oh well, it was a joke, it wasn't meant in an inappropriate way, blah blah blah. Like, she just said, look, I was wrong. So again, very glad about that. But yeah, I think that's everything. I have a feeling this video was made now because Kodee Taylor's video came out. A lot of the things that she talked about were the things that Kodee brought up in her video, and I know that Kodee is quite a big fan of Colleen. I don't know if they've interacted like personally in the past. I think they have. I'm not saying it's a bad reason for her to come out and make a video. I do wish it had been sooner. Excuse me, don't sigh, that's very rude. I do wish she'd come out sooner, but I do understand that the current situation got a lot of other things to worry about, including her son. So I have a feeling this situation isn't over though. I think Adam is gonna clap back, or he's gonna make another video about this, and it's just gonna keep dragging on. We will see. She also claimed that it was Adam that asked for the job, that he'd been asking for a while, and that he basically like put this presentation together in a way that sold himself that he was capable of doing the job. So there's just a lot of little bits that don't quite match Adam's story, and I don't know who I believe. Neither of them have showed extensive receipts. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sorry it's all a bit jumbled up, but I didn't want to then make another follow-up video to this video all about Colleen's apology. I just felt like it was unnecessary, so I'm sorry. This is probably really long. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what your opinion is of Colleen's apology. Did you think it was sincere like I do, or do you think that she's hiding something? Let me know your opinion below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.